Christa from Christa Lowry Real Estate. I'm really excited today because we have Phoebe Jaeckels from Caliber Home Loans, and she is our preferred lender. She's done tons of deals for us, and we're just really excited. I know a lot of you buyers have a lot of questions about what's going on in the lending world today. So we thought we'd bring Phoebe on here to go over some things. We've got some questions. So Phoebe, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you just a few questions. How has the COVID-19 pandemic affected the lending world in the recent weeks?
Hi, that is a great question. So COVID is definitely affecting people that are in the process of buying a home today. Every day the COVID overlays are changing. So for example, if you're self-employed, they're going to want to see 10 days worth of deposits in your bank account. If you're salaried, have you taken a hit to your salary? A lot of people have taken 5 and 10% hits to their salary.
Right.
Do you still qualify for that house? The reason that these overlays have come forth is because a few weeks ago when the COVID hit and the shelter in place hit, there were a lot of people that were closing escrow at that point in time. They still closed escrow, and the moment that they closed escrow, they called their servicer and requested the forbearance. So that put a lot of servicers on edge as far as closing escrow from here on forward with everybody being in shelter in place. Are you working? Do you have income? Can you afford the payment? And are you going to request the forbearance just because you can, because there's no limitations to people that request the forbearance?
Right.
So that is the biggest reason that the COVID overlays are hitting right now.
Okay,
so
got it.
That's very important for people to realize that each lender is a little bit different.
Right.
If you're in escrow and you get a hard stop and you think your loan is dead, definitely make another phone call and call a different lender.
Yeah, like we're on all our listings, we're suggesting that buyers double app. So they might have a lender, but we're suggesting they get pre-qualified through you because I know you can close it.
Correct.
And so I think that's important for agents as well. Make sure that you have a lender on your team that can, and I would suggest Phoebe, of course. We've been working together for a few years now, but double apping if you get buyers, because we want to make sure that those loans close for our sellers.
Correct. I have no problem helping people through the process, and even helping their own lender guide them on how to close the loan. Like, try this issue with your underwriter.
That's really nice, Phoebe. Yeah, I know you're so helpful, and you've got an open door policy. I know you're always available for questions, and I always appreciate that about you. Okay, so there's a lot of questions that buyers have because they're kind of scared about loans right now, but we're here to say today that loans can close. We are closing loans. Phoebe's closing loans. So you really need to pick the right lender. This is a really important time to shop lenders. So one of the things that buyers think is that they have to put 20% down. Is that true right now?
No. If you can get a loan amount under $510,000, you only need 3% down.
Wow.
High balance conforming is 5% down minimum. And the biggest thing that people need to know is the better your credit, the better your mortgage rate will be, and the lower your mortgage insurance will be.
Okay.
So my goal for my clients is to keep them out of FHA. FHA is a great loan,
Okay.
a great loan, but the mortgage insurance can be a little bit pricey. So if you have really good FICO scores and you have 3 or 5% down, conventional is going to be a great process for you because the MI is so low.
I'm so glad that we're talking about this today because, yeah, so many people think, well, I haven't saved 20% down, and now all these lenders are saying I have to have it. But you're saying we can close a loan at 3, 5, 10% down.
Correct.
Fantastic.
My goal for my clients is to keep their cash. You can't get it back. So when I give the option of the 5, 10, 15% down, depending on what they have, 9 times out of 10, they keep their cash and take the mortgage insurance. I had one client, just for an example, bought a house at their loan amount was about $600,000. Their mortgage insurance was $80.
Wow.
On $100,000. So they chose to keep 5% of their down payment because they needed to have money to put into the house.
Yeah, $80 a month. That's nothing.
Nothing.
Wow, that's huge. Okay, good to know. Good to know. What are some questions that buyers need to be asking their lenders right now? What are some key questions?
They need to know if their lender works directly with Freddie and Fannie. So do they have a direct tie in with them? Can they lock their loans? A lot of the bigger lenders are not able to even lock their loans right now until you're clear to close. So you're kind of dangling in the wind, wondering what the rates are going to be and not able to do that. A lot of the smaller companies are having a very difficult time right now because they're long story short, their warehouse lines are not really able to fund their loans for very complicated reasons.
Yeah.
So you really want to stick with a bigger company at this point in time. Rates are amazing. The conforming rates are down into the low threes. FHA can be high twos.
Wow.
So, you know, be very picky and definitely double app when it comes to mortgage rates.
Okay.
Online companies are tough. Be careful. If it looks too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true.
So it's a great time for buyers to buy right now. I mean, interest rates are low, and as long as they pick the right lender,
yep,
and they're qualified, it is a great time to buy. Okay.
Great time to buy. People are still buying. I mean, I have so many people that are in escrow right now that have gotten into escrow in the last 2 weeks.
Right. I know. Yeah. I just want to tell everybody, you know, we thought the market was going down or was going to go down. We thought the prices were going to go down. I'm not really seeing it. I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but I'm not seeing it. I mean, we put a house on the market 2 days ago and we have multiple offers on it already. Mm-hmm. So there are buyers out there. And so keep that in mind, buyers, that it still is time to put your best foot forward. It's not a time to get some bang and deal, you know, and offer 50,000, 100,000 less than what the, you know, list price is. We're still in a seller's market. That being said, there are not as many buyers because some people have lost their jobs. So what's happening is there's not as much competition. And that's kind of nice, because I was having some buyers that were having a hard time even getting the deal because maybe they just couldn't put enough down, or they weren't cash. There were cash buyers coming in and purchasing things. And so it's hard to beat cash. But yeah, but it's a great time to be a buyer right now. Less competition and inventory.
Low rates.
And low rates.
Yeah.
Fantastically low rates. So what do buyers need to know in regards to proof of income?
So right now, during shelter in place, the lenders are requiring weekly pay stubs. Okay. They are requiring verification of employment, 3 days of closing, where typically it's 10 days. So now it's down to 3. They are asking, did you get a pay cut? A lot of people have taken 5, 10, 20% pay cut in their salary. That needs to be documented up front, because I can guarantee you they're going to find out about it at the end.
Right. Full disclosure, right? Full disclosure. Yeah.
Do not think you're going to get away with anything, because there's a ton of audits that happen on the back end of a mortgage.
Good to know. Mm-hmm. And they're happening right like at closing too. They're checking your income. So full disclosure is very, very important for the buyer's own benefit.
Yes.
Okay.
They want profit and loss statements.
Okay.
So it's just a lot of paperwork. Be very patient with your lender. Don't feel like they're nickel and diming you to death, because these guidelines change hourly. I mean, every hour, Freddie and Fannie come back and say, okay, here's our new stuff. This is what we need as of now. And it doesn't matter where you're at in the system. They have to stop what they're doing and put you in.
Okay, but there are some basic things here. Proof of income is basic. I mean, there's just the basic principles that still apply. There's all these little things that keep changing, but the basic principles are there. Because I don't want buyers to think that it's just, it's just going to be too much work. No, I mean, getting a loan is, I mean, there is some paperwork involved, and you have to prove your income and things like that. But it's not overwhelming. It's doable. We just did it. We did it with Phoebe. Thank you. But she closed our loan within, COVID had just been what, a week or two, and everything was kind of crazy. No one knew it was going to happen, and it just was seamless. So
okay, so you're a prime example. You closed during shelter in place.
Yeah.
And you bought a new home. And that's what people need to realize. If you're a buyer and you want to buy a new home, wouldn't you want to be in the home you love versus a rental? I mean, if you're going to be stuck somewhere, get somewhere that you love. So whether this goes on now, however long it's going to be somewhere you want to be.
Absolutely. And I know some buyers are saying, well, Christa, do you think that the prices are going to go down at all? If I buy a home now, is the value going to change? Well, let me ask you, are you going to sell the house next year? Probably not. You're not going to buy a house just to move out of it in a year. If you're planning on staying there for 2, 5 years, 10 years, then you're going to see it, even if it does go down a little bit. And I don't think it is, but I don't have a crystal ball, so I can't tell for sure. But even if it did, I mean, don't you want to be in the home that you really want to be in, especially at this time when we're at home more, we've got our families. I mean, I know so many buyers are going, gosh, we thought we could do without that 3rd bedroom, but our kids are driving us crazy and I need an office. So people are moving because they need an office. They need more space. They need a backyard for their kids to play.
Yeah.
So there are some things. So lots of movement right now. Lots of movement.
The market ebbs and flows, and unless you're selling, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so true. I agree with you. Um, okay, so can buyers still get a jumbo loan? And how are the interest rates right now?
Okay, so when it comes to jumbo, as of today, that is a loaded question. So if you came to me and said, can you do a jumbo? Yes, I can.
Okay.
Now, the options that I have, would I go there? No.
Okay.
So there's very few options for jumbo, and I would choose not to get into the masses where you have a few options of jumbo loans. So what I'm doing for my clients that want jumbo loans is we're doing what's back to the basics, back to what we used to do. It's called a blended jumbo.
Yeah.
So in San Luis Obispo County, you could get a 671 first, and you could get up to a $500,000 second.
Wow.
So that's up to 1.1, 1.2 million in a loan amount. The second is interest only. It's conventional. It's not technically a jumbo, even though you can go to that higher loan amount, and it's a much easier loan to get.
Okay.
And then once we get past all of this shelter in place and the rates settle and the jumbo investors settle back down, then you can refinance into a 30-year fixed, you know, here, get into a different loan. So you're still in a 30-year fix. So the first is a 30-year fix. You just have a 10-year equity line. Okay. So I'm doing that a lot for clients right now. And I'm actually refinancing a few people that are in jumbo loans at a higher rate into that option as well, because I have one client, it's saving him $1,000 a month on a payment.
Wow. Okay. So that's interesting, because I have heard people saying, well, there are no more jumbo loans, no more jumbo loans. So for all the agents that are watching this, yes, there are jumbo loan products, and Phoebe can tell you all about it. So make sure you reach out to her. Okay, great.
All about structure.
What's that?
All about structure.
Yeah, exactly. And you're so good at that. I mean, we can have, this is what I love about Phoebe. Sometimes I'm like, okay, here's what we want to do. Can show us how to get there. And she'll have like 4 different scenarios. Like, these are all the different options. I mean, I can hear her on the phone going, oh, wait, what about this? What about that? And so I love that about you. You're so creative and you get it done. You get it done.
I tell my contemplated clients, I'm like, okay, I have to marinate on you for a while. So just give me everything, and then let me think about it for a bit, and then let's figure out what we're going to do.
You've said that to me before.
Yeah.
Marinate. Hey, Phoebe, this is what I want to do. Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah.
It's so good. Okay, and in closing, any other advice you would give buyers who are thinking of purchasing right now?
Oh, buy. Just definitely buy. Find a house you love and buy. And don't talk to everybody about it, because everybody's going to have their opinion. Everybody's going to have a negative opinion. So go with your gut. And I tell this with all my clients, like whether they're going to buy or not, I will never push, and neither will Christa, push somebody into buying a house. If your gut tells you, oh my God, I love this house, I want it, then let's figure out how to make it work. If your gut is telling you, I'm scared to death and I don't think this is right, then stop and stay where you're at. Mm-hmm. Don't make a bad decision, but go with your gut, and it is a fabulous time to buy real estate.
It is, yeah. If you're ready and you've got the money to buy and you've been thinking about it, it definitely is a great time. And I agree with you. Go with your gut. I mean, we're the same way. We don't ever sell anything. We provide information.
Yes.
And then people have to go with their gut. Like, listen to that still small voice, is it time? Is it time? And would you enjoy this? And how's this going to help your family? And, those kinds of things. So, and a lot of people now, Phoebe, I've heard this so many times, people are moving in together. So, multifamily purchases are happening right now. I want a room for my parents. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we bought this house, is because we wanted to have a room in case one of our parents needed to stay for a while, or an older kid, or, things like that. So people are needing to do that. Yeah. And why have 3 different houses for your parents and your older kids when maybe you could live together for a while and maybe save on some money? Maybe people lost their jobs and things like that. So yeah. Okay. So also I wanted to let you guys know that Phoebe has this incredible 28-page buyer book that if you reach out to us, we will get that sent to you. It's incredible. It has, Phoebe, do you want to tell us just a little bit about that book?
It goes over all the aspects of buying a home: title, escrow, taxes, just a variety. It's all flyers, so it's a very easy read. Just kind of thumb through it on your computer or your phone.
Yeah.
And it's like a catalog. So you just flip through it. It'll either answer a ton of questions that you didn't know you have, or it'll raise other questions that then you can reach out to us to answer.
Yeah, I've had buyers call me going, this book is amazing. I didn't know anything going into this. And now I feel like I just got educated on exactly what's going on. Because there's a lot of terms, if it's your first time, it can be a little overwhelming. So it's a great book. I love it. It's a great resource. And we'll also put Phoebe's information on this link so that you guys can get a hold of her, whether you're an agent looking for a great lender or you're a buyer and you're kind of nervous about your lender, or maybe you ask some of those pertinent questions and you don't get the answers that you need. Call Phoebe for a second opinion. I know she'd love to do that. Be patient because she is busy. There are a lot of phone calls coming in right now. The lending world is very busy, especially for ones that can actually close loans, which Phoebe at Caliber can do. So Phoebe, thanks so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon.
Perfect. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye.